What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know, boxer, coming back at y'all with another one, man. So, this is a follow-up video to my video yesterday about Triple G. I told you guys I was going to do a video about Triple G, whether I felt like he was a Hall of Famer or not. And I also want you guys to get very involved with this. I want you guys, I want to hear your opinion because, you know, that's a really good question for me. Is Triple G a Hall of Famer or not? The article that I read yesterday said that Triple G was a certified Hall of Famer. But it's almost like, well, you know, what are the criterias, if there are any, in becoming a Hall of Famer, or do you take it on a case-by-case basis? Because, you know, it's many ways we can look at this, all right? It's many ways that we can judge or critique, and that's why I'm having such a hard time, like, because for me, it's about your accomplishments, it's about who you've beaten, and when you've beaten them, right? So who you beat and when you beaten them, right? So when we, you know, I look at things like this, right? Like it has to be more than just becoming a multi-vision world champion, right? Because truth be told, honestly speaking, you guys gotta excuse my voice, man. I've been sick since my allergies been messing up since Sunday. But it gotta be more than just winning, you know, multiple championships and multiple divisions. Because if you look at it, you got look at a guy like Adrian Broner, who's won a title in 4 divisions. But I wouldn't, you know, I don't have Adrian Broner as a Hall of Famer. Simply because, you know, he's not beaten a top A-level guy. I mean, the best name on his resume that he's beaten is Antonio DeMarco or Paulie Malignaggi. And both of those are good fighters, but I don't consider them like top A-level guys, right? Plus, he never unified or anything like that, right? And speaking of unification, it's got to be more than just, you got to be more, do more than just unify, right? Cause you know, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Keith Thurman. Well, I don't know. Would you consider Keith Thurman a Hall of Famer? I don't know. That's a good question. He was a unified champion, but I personally, I don't know if I would consider him a Hall of Famer. That's up for debate. You could debate that. I know I might do a video on that one day. It has to be more than just beating a Hall of Famer to become a Hall of Famer. Just because you beat somebody that's in the Hall of Fame or that's a Hall of Famer doesn't make you a Hall of Famer, right? What's his name beat Manny Pacquiao? What's the dude's name? From Australia that beat Manny Pacquiao. Drop it in the comment section. I can't think of Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a certified Hall of Famer without a doubt. But Jeff Horn is not. I don't think anybody was gonna count Jeff Horn as a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't, man. So I don't know if there's one specific criteria that goes for every, you know, for everybody in order to become a Hall of Famer. I don't think there. I don't know. You know. Let's break down Triple G's resume, and then I'll you know, give you a clue of guys that I think that are Hall of Famers that's boxing today. And because I mean, you know, and also you can't just say, oh, well, going back to what I was saying, you got to be another reason why you can't just say you have to win champions in multiple divisions is like you got guys like Muhammad Ali, you know, the heavyweights, right? You know, and you know, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, all of them. But even without including the heavyweights, right? Look at guys like Bernard Hopkins before he moved up to light heavyweight, right? What he did at middleweight was, and the guys that he fought, some very good top guys, got good guys at middleweight, right? That's legendary. 20 title defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like, undisputed. That's Hall of Fame credentials right there. You know what I'm saying? But let's look into Triple G's resume, and then I'll give you some guys that I do feel like are Hall of Famers, and then maybe that'll give you a clue of, like, you know, how I'm judging this or whatnot. You know, we look at his resume. We look at Triple G's resume, all right, and he is 42-2 with 37 knockouts and had 1 draw. Definitely thought that draw should have been a victory. I thought that he beat Canelo Alvarez. Some people may even argue that he should have won both fights, but or not both fights, but the first 2 fights. But I did think Canelo won the second fight. Barely. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't, you know, he didn't take control of it like that. But you know, he beat Ryota Murata, who, you know, is decent. That was a unification for the IBF and the WBA. Camille says, you know, that's not a big name. Camille says Meta's not a big name. Sergey Derevyanchenko is a very good fighter, but I don't think anybody considers him a top guy like that. James Matarosen, no, he was coming off of a 2-year layoff and at 154, no. Danny Jacobs is a good victory. Kell Brook was a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Coming up from 147. How much? And here's the thing, bro. I wouldn't be so harsh on that victory. Well, no, I would. Well, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be so harsh on that victory if he wouldn't have criticized Canelo Alvarez. If you guys don't remember, Canelo Alvarez had announced to fight Amir Khan, and Triple G's team, you know, criticized the hell out of him. Basically saying, like, bro, you're a middleweight. Why are you fighting a welterweight or whatnot? You know, this is not good for boxing. And then he turns around and does the exact same thing by fighting Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that. That was one of the contradictions that I was talking about with Triple G. And you know, I just didn't like that. Dominic Way's not a big fighter. I heard dude was a woman beater. David Lemieux, okay, that was decent. So we got what? We got so far out of the guys that he's beaten. We got Danny Jacobs. I mean, you know, you can say Sergey Derevyanchenko. I'm gonna give him Sergey Derevyanchenko because Sergey Derevyanchenko is a hell of a fighter. Or he was, but I just don't like how they constantly put him in there. Like, I wish they would have built him better. Sergey Derevyanchenko was definitely a hell of a fighter, bro. I don't like how they oh shoot, he's gonna fight Christian McBilly. Ooh, that's gonna be a good fight. Ooh, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm talking about Sergey Derevyanchenko. But anyways, so I'm gonna give Sergey Derevyanchenko. So that's 1. Sergey Derevyanchenko 1. Not giving him Steve Rose, not giving him James Matarosen. Cause you guys gotta remember, it's not only for me, it's not just about who you fought, but it's also when you fought them, right? Danny Jacobs, you gotta give him full credit for Danny Jacobs. So that's two names. Kell Brook, I don't really give him credit for that. Let me see. Dominic Way, no. David Lemieux, okay, I'll give him David Lemieux. I think that was for a unification matchup as well. I think it was. Yep, sure was. WBA, yep, okay. So that's 3. I mean, does anybody think highly of Willie Monroe? You know, Martin Murray, Marco Antonio Rubio. I haven't heard from him since at that time, since Kelly Pavlik. You know, Daniel Gill. Yeah. I'm gonna give him Matthew Macklin though. Matthew Macklin was a dope ass fighter, bro. Dude was dope. Matthew Macklin can fight, bro. He just He just didn't get that notoriety. Like Matthew Macklin can fight. That dude was cold, bro. He could fight. A lot of people might not give him Matthew Macklin though, but I will. So that's 4. Gabe Rosado. I don't know. He got 4. You know, Kasim Uma. Yeah, he got 4, and out of those 4, 2 of those are really kind of questionable. They're just from my opinion. Like, let me see what I say. Sergey Derevchenko, Danny Jacobs, David Lemieux. Yeah, the ones that's not questionable is for me is Danny Jacobs and Sergey Derevchenko. Maybe David Lemieux too. So man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it just all depends on your I don't know, man. So once again, like what I was saying, I judge based off of like your accomplishments, who you've beaten, and when you've beaten them, right? So one of the first people that I would have as a Hall of Famer is obviously Alexander Usyk, right? The dude was a 2-time undisputed champion, beat Anthony Joshua, beat Tyson Fury, beat Tony Bellew, beat what's the dude's name? Daniel Dubois. He's beaten some really good guys, and that, you know, so I think Alexander Usyk is a Hall of Famer. Terrence Crawford, who you're looking at right now, of course is a Hall of Famer. 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, the first multi-division undisputed world champion in the male category. I think Terrence Crawford is a Hall of Famer. Guys that he's beaten, Sean Porter, Errol Spence Jr., and guys that a lot of people don't give him credit for, like Felix Diaz. I can if I went down Terrence Crawford's resume, I can name you a lot of Victor Postal, those guys like that. You know, having the knockout run at 147, like knocking out everybody at 147. You know, I think Terrence Crawford is a Hall of Famer for sure. Clarissa Shields, a Hall of Famer. Look at her credentials, right? Let me see. Danny, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people may not agree with this, bro, but I think Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer, bro. Danny Garcia has one of the most slept-on resumes ever, bro. You know, beating Eric Morales, and I know Eric Morales was past his prime, but you guys know I hold everybody to the same standards as a champion. He was a champion. He was a world champion, right? Danny Garcia beat him, got the title. Beat Amir Khan. Lucas Batiste, when Lucas Batiste was the boogeyman, nobody wanted that smoke. You know, got victories over Lamont Peterson. I thought Lamont Peterson started just a little bit late, but he could have won that fight, Lamont Peterson. But, you know, the fallout, you know, guys, obviously Canelo Alvarez, we don't even got to talk about that. Let's see, who else? Jermell Charlo. Undisputed at 154, something that's never been done before, right? You know, so I mean, you know, Devin Haney, right? So let me know what you guys think. I want to hear you guys' opinion, man. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys drop who you think is a Hall of Famer. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?